Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic episode of Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John, I'm in my world famous sipping den, and I'm doing a good one today. Yeah, Barrell Craft Spirits, Seagrass. Get into it here in a second. Before I get talking, let me get a pouring because I gotta let this baby open up a little bit. All right, whoa, there's water in there. All right, let her open up a little bit. We got all kinds of stuff going on. All right, if you're new here, I do everything that has anything to do with alcohol. I also do anything that has anything to do with coffee, which means if you like any of those, any type of spirit, wine, beer, anything that has anything to do with alcohol or coffee, you're home. You need to subscribe to your home, right? You don't need to go all around driving all over the place. You're at the super mall, right? You don't have to search a million channels. You got it all right here. I did it for you. I'm the only one in the world that can do it, and I did it with half my taste buds tied behind my back to make it fair. I have everything categorized in the most unique, up-to-date, easy to find playlist on YouTube, and that is a fact. Check it out. And every single video I do, the first comment's pinned because it's mine, and I have a link to whatever I'm reviewing. In this case, it's going to be my rye whiskeys. This one is very unique. Right here on the back, what's it say? Distilled in Kentucky, Indiana, Tennessee, and Canada. What does that mean? That means they've got whiskeys distilled in all those places, right? Rye, that they have sourced and blended together. Okay, this is made in Louisville, Kentucky. Now they don't just take these whiskeys and then blend them. They do, but first they take portions of them and they age them in different types of barrels. They do one in a Martinique Rhum barrel. Martinique Rhum is distilled sugar cane, all right, juice, which is only distilled once to keep the freshness, and it is made on the island of Martinique. It's a particular style of rum. It is more aromatic than most rums, and to produce 10 liters of rum, you need 100 kilograms of sugar cane. All right, that needs to be processed to make 10 liters. So very interesting. It's fresh pressed, delicious. Now, some of this is also, while that's going on, put it in Madeira wine. It's a fortified wine, casks. That is a fortified wine made from the Portuguese, or on the Portuguese island of Madeira off the coast of Africa. Those wines are fortified with brandy, and they can go from dry to sweet, right, with an array of flavors. I've reviewed those under my fortified wine playlist. I also have a rum playlist. I got it all, I've told you that, but let's get back to this. Finally, it is put into, part of it is put into apricot brandy barrels. And I'm not talking about cheap brandy with apricot flavor added. I'm talking about apricot brandy made out of fermented apricots. And it is put into those barrels, and then all that is blended to get us this Seagrass. All right, now let me see here. It's won a bunch of awards, and some people picked it as their favorite, this, that, and the other thing. All that matters is what we're going to say right here. What we're going to go over together. Barrell Seagrass rye whiskey finished in Martinique rum, Madeira, and apricot brandy barrels. Cask strength, 59.11% alcohol, 118.22 proof. The bottle, by the way, I was talking to the, here's the bottle. Take a good look at that. There's the label. And the bottle, as you see, kind of unique looking. So anyway, I was talking to the representative from this company, which also makes Stellum. But he told me that these bottles come from Poland. And they do have an expression that has some Polish whiskey mixed into it. So these are made in Poland. This bottle right here. They're having trouble getting it. These proprietary bottles people have been having trouble getting lately. the glass for some reason. So for the Stellum, they've ordered a kind of a generic bottle. They ordered 500,000 of them. He said it was enough to last for 10 years. Just an interesting little fact. Little fact about the bottle coming from Poland, their unique bottle. All right, so here is the whiskey. You know, in these barrels. And you know, blending all of a sudden is becoming a big deal, but in Scotland they've been doing it for so long. People like these single malts and all, and I have always said, if you look at my videos, the real art is being able to, and I'm not saying they're doing it particularly like this, they're doing some good blending, and there's a lot of them that are doing it, we can name them. But for some of those Scotch ones, to be able to get the same profile over 100 years, to be able to taste old whiskeys and year after year blend so many barrels from so many distilleries to get a specific profile, that is hard to do, man. So anyway, cheers to those a lot of those blended whiskeys and scotches that can do that. All right, let's give you the color. This is also, I believe, put into brand new oak charred barrels as well, portions of it, and then they blend it all together. Let's give her a sniff. Wow. You know, we really do get those candied apricot, sugar-coated apricot, peach. Very sweet smelling. Caramel, toffee type thing going on. Orange. Roasted nut. And a kick of spice. I could probably pick this apart for hours on end, and as it goes down the bottle, as it evolves in the glass, it's going to change. We'll just leave it there. It is very, very fragrant. It's got a lot of different fruits, nuts, candies, sugars. That's all what I'm getting out of here. And spices. So that's a lot. That's a lot. And you could just do it generically, and everybody else picks out with which ones they predominantly smell. Let's give this baby a taste. That's what we're all waiting for. Yeah. That, my friends, is my acclimation sip. So, we don't go over the flavor on the first sip, just to acclimate ourselves. And now, we will dive in. And by the way, if you sip a whiskey long enough, you're going to naturally acclimate yourself. We don't have all day to sit here and sip it. So what you do is you take a sip, swish it around your mouth a little bit for about 10 seconds before you swallow the whiskey. That will actually... Actually, if it's a high proof, it'll actually numb the pain receptors in your mouth, which will open up for the flavor, for you to be able to taste all the flavor. Because as long as you're getting burn, you're not getting flavor. So get rid of that burn, and then you can get the flavor. That's what I just did. So let's get the flavor. Well, it's different, and I can see why it's won awards, but I can see where some people won't like it, and some people will love it. I do like it. It's a lot going on here. This is, it's sweet. It does have the, what I was smelling, it has a lot of the sugary components, however you want to describe it to you, but you will describe some type of a sweetness, whether it's molasses, brown sugar, however you do that. It does have a caramel toffee type taste going on. It does have a nuttiness to it. It has an absolute fruitiness, whether you think it's citrus, orange, apricot, grapefruit. There is definitely that going on. There is some spice because it is rye and it does shine through. And bounces all that sweetness out fairly well, though it's more sweet than it is spicy. I would say each batch is probably going to be different. I don't know if they're... I think they're great blenders for each batch. I don't know if they're trying to make each batch taste like the last batch. I doubt it. Just trying to make each batch taste good. This one does taste good. The reason I like it, after you've acclimated yourself to it, there's no burn to it to me, and I drink a lot of high proof whiskeys. But once I acclimate myself, I'm not getting the burn. I'm getting the flavor. I'm getting the flavor, and there's a lot of it. It smells good, and it tastes good, and there's a lot going on. If you're just sitting somewhere drinking this, or maybe having it with a cigar, or just sipping it, it's gonna evolve, and you're gonna be able to pick out a lot of things. And I think that's fun. I do recommend this whiskey. This whiskey's good. I'm going to get a few more of these barrels, a few more of their expressions. Let's try this, and it should hold up just fine with some water. Let's see what we can do with it. There's not a lot in there, so I don't need a lot of water. Let me see here. Oops. Put a little more than that. It's like a haircut, right? A little at a time. You can always take more off. Right? Look stupid gluing it back on, right? And you know, I'm not getting as much floral. I would say floral. Some people might get floral. I'm getting more than I did before too, of the fruit. It's more of a fruity thing than a floral, with a distinct sweetness. I think it brought out the sweetness to me in the smell. Let's give it a taste. Yeah. Definitely brought out the fruit for me. The sweet fruit more to the front with this. And the nuttiness and stuff now in the background. I got a lot of whiskey. Obviously, I've, tasted a lot of whiskey and been in the business for years and years and years. This is good. It's good. I'm excited to try some of their other expressions. I enjoy this. This is nice. I look forward to sharing this with some people. Oh, and I did a barrel pick for a company the other day for Old Forester. It'll be about 3 months before we get that barrel, or they get the barrel. Hopefully I'll get a bottle, I'm sure I will. Named it Quintessential Cocoa. It was fun, it was good. We'll do a review of that as well. It was fun, them doing that barrel pick for them. Anyway, very good. Let me know what you think in the comments. And my next one that I do, what should I do next? Maybe I'll do my blue run. Right, it's time to crack that one. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers. Don't forget to sub.